Hi, I'm Amy from cybernews.com, a site of discoveries and opinions all in the field of cybersecurity. Did you know that as much as 90% of cyber attacks are the result of human error? So keeping up to date with the proper security practices is more important than ever. And ransomware attacks are no different. Threats are ever growing and we need to be aware of the devastating damage that can follow an attack. So let's jump in with ransomware. What is it? Who can be affected, and how you can defend yourself. We might all be familiar with the term ransom. This has been seen in Hollywood movies since the beginning of Hollywood movies. But what about ransomware, and how does this affect real people off screen like you and me? Ransomware is a virtual type of ransom where a cybercriminal threatens to publish or destroy a victim's sensitive data online unless some form of payment is made. It might all sound a little bit dramatic, but this is a topic which affects businesses and even individuals to this day, with cyber attacks taking an unprecedented spike during 2020. Large-scale attacks are also up by 273% only in the first quarter of this year, with ransomware rising by a significant 90%. So it's about time that we take the threat of ransomware seriously. Now that you know what ransomware is, let's look at a recent example of large-scale ransomware attacks and how they have affected businesses. Just earlier this year, we saw the software company Sapiens fall victim to an attack and reportedly paid hackers a $250,000 ransom in Bitcoin. This case is yet to be denied or confirmed, but it's just one of the many cases this year alone. And it's safe to say the global pandemic has been a huge contributor to the spike in cybercrime. As more people work from home, new vulnerabilities have been exposed and cybercriminals are always on the lookout, come day or night. But Sapiens wasn't the only company to be affected by ransomware this year. The GPS giant Garmin, who also stayed pretty quiet, fell victim too. Reports claimed that hackers demanded a huge 10 million ransom from the company. Whether they actually paid up or not is still unclear, but a threat is warning enough for companies to reassess their security infrastructure and cause a lot of unwanted stress. A Miami-based company called Intcomex suffered a colossal data breach just this year too, which seems to be the result of a failed ransomware negotiation. It all began on September 14th. Users' personal data was leaked. This included credit card information, passport and license scans, payroll, financial documents, employee information, and more. And even worse, this information was leaked on an online forum by a Russian hacker and could have been viewed for free, presumably by a large portion of that forum. Based on the folder names, the most recent data comes from July 2020. But the hacker promised to leak more interesting data, which I'm sure cybercriminals would be thrilled to get their hands on at a later date. According to the company's coverage page, they have 14 subsidiaries, 31 distributing facilities, serving more than 50,000 resellers spanning over 41 countries. And if this is any indication to the huge amount of data the cybercriminals could have, then it's a pretty terrifying notion. Strangely enough, the leaker requested that Black Hat community not use the data to target hospitals. Could this be a show of empathy from a cybercriminal? Who's to say they would honour this anyway? And even so, huge damage can be done on all sorts of leaked data. Passports, social security numbers, addresses, and even emails are like hitting the jackpot to a cybercriminal. I mean, they can perform successful identity theft attacks like fraudulent loans, credit card applications, and phishing attacks. When we contacted Intcomex about this leak, they confirmed this database does belong to them and told Cybernews. Upon learning of the incident, we took decisive steps to address the situation and protect our systems. The security of the system and the data remains a top priority. So it seems like they took pretty good measures to enhance security levels, and they even notified law enforcement. Although Intcomex refused to confirm or deny if they actually paid the hacker anything, it's a little fishy that once cybernews.com contacted them, the data leak suddenly stopped, especially as the leaker promised multiple batches, but only released 2. It's either a change of heart or, well, an exchange of dollar. For more information on rising ransomware attacks, click the link down in the description and head to our website. It's important to remember, it isn't just businesses that are at risk from a ransomware attack. Anyone that's connected to the wider web are at risk. It was recently reported by Twitter user DSinzona that he and his family, even their small child, were targets of a ransomware attack. His tweet stated that he received a letter from Innova Health, which said hackers stole data from his wife and son, and apparently the hackers were paid to destroy that data. DSinzona also questioned the hackers' ability to actually honour this, which, let's be honest, is a pretty fair question. With the standard ransomware attack averaging about $40,000, that's serious money, and an attack like this could be the end for a lot of businesses. While cybercrime may be on the rise, there is hope yet. The most crucial step is spreading the word that proper security practices are vital, not just for employees, but friends and family too. A lot of cyber attacks usually start with something unassuming, an email or a link, but they can destroy businesses, reputations, and lives. These days, with remote work becoming the norm, there are many human elements to consider. So questioning suspicious messages and remembering not to click on anything until you can confirm its source is vital in the workplace and outside of it. A few pointers for companies to ensure workers have the best practices and policies. Hold regular video conferences with training. Keep all software up to date. Re-emphasize the importance of proper security practices. And there are a few things to keep in mind as an individual or general customer. Set up identity theft monitoring and watch for unusual activity on your financial accounts. Change your password regularly. Also, we recommend using a password manager to store your passwords. Watch out for suspicious emails, as they may be phishing attempts. Avoid clicking on links from suspicious emails. Defense against cyber attacks is nothing new, but it is an ever-growing threat that we need to be aware of. With attacks just like Sapiens, Garmin and Intcomex growing costlier by the case, businesses and individuals can't afford to ignore those threats. But staying up to date and putting proper security measures in place can lower your risk of a cyber attack. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click on the link in the description for more information. Give this video a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe. Until next time.